What's good, y'all? Today I'm back with another video, and I'm going to be talking about what your build stereotype says about you in Type Soul. And I'd just like to say that only 2% of you guys are subscribed, bruh. So go ahead and just leave a subscribe down below. It's free. It helps out the video a lot, and you can always unsubscribe later. And I got some crazy coming for y'all at 1K, so let's just get started. The first one we're going to talk about is Haka players. Most certainly one of two categories. Either the guy who just simply wanted to play fist style because it's his favorite weapon, or the meta-mancing, meta-abusing bastards who think they are the best people in the game. These people are characterized by two things: spamming Shori, it's spamming guard break moves, and then not knowing what to do the second you hit them. Any Haka player I've ever fought, in most terms, does not know how to parry. And generally, when they say that their build is busted, they just say to parry and that you're bad and that's why you're losing, as they proceed to get comboed by every move in the game, and then just proceed to spine range you because it has hyper armor through every other hyper armor. Make it make sense. These guys will also likely be Soul Reaper or Quincy because it is the strongest, and they will always be either Fire Shunko, Wind Shunko, because everyone just uses Shunko nowadays because it's infinite, or when they're Quincy, they will 100% of the time be Warden and have that one Shrift that just throws a net out and just pulls you in. And most of the time, they will be like a fish in the water the second you parry Shori. They'll just be sat there not knowing what to do because they've never actually seen anyone capable of pressing F, and they think you're a new specimen of Homo sapien. So, yeah, all you have to do against a Haka player is be aggressive, and all of a sudden, they're just as useless as any other build. However, a good Haka player will put you in the air no longer than you're alive and put you down no longer than you're dead. And these guys will deny any allegation of them having no skill, even though their skill set takes actually one hand to play the second the opponent's in the air. So, let's move past it. And the next one we're going to talk about is, similarly to Haka, medic players are split into two categories. Either the types of players who like to support their friends and play a supportive type build where you heal and buff your teammates, or the absolute disgusting bastards who play a rank R regeneration true Vasto variant and then proceed to just get fusion core, fuse with themselves, and then heal it back before the fight even starts. So now you're dealing with someone who has 1.5 more bars than they should and an extra variant. And these guys will genuinely take 20 minutes out of their day to just poke you down with the weakest moves. And then after those 20 minutes are up, if you dare so much as even open your mouth, even if you don't speak, there's a 90% chance that they will call you dog shit and that they are better than you at the game. Which is objectively untrue because you just spent 20 minutes of your actual time beating someone up just to say easy and to get 2 items. Just saying. And past that, these guys will always run away from you, try to soul link, and if they fail, they'll just keep running away. And the second you catch a medic, and the second they fuck up and you stop their regen, they are as useless as they are skilled. Because let's be honest, no medic is skilled. Now, when they fight a Kendo user as well, they will always say that Kendo is unbalanced and needs a nerf because it stops healing, which is generally untrue. Your build is quite literally just healing. Maybe if you had anything more than simply one fucking type of victory route, you'd actually see that medic is busted. But no, you simply ignore it and log any fight you see with a Kendo player. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is speed is characterized by the people who are most likely on higher ping than other players, because the second you fight a speed player, you will realize that their F button has suddenly gone missing, like their dad when they were 4, when they went to get milk. Because the second you catch a speed player lacking, all of a sudden, they can't parry, and they're getting their ass rammed by 40 different moves at the same time. And that's because of their ping. And that's also why they proceed to spam Q more than any other fucking build. Because it's their only way of avoiding damage. 1 second, they're comboing you, you dare so much as blink, and now they're on the other side of the map. Just staring down at you, waiting for the cooldowns to be off, just so they can combo you again. And most of the time, these guys will spam so much that they will run out of Ryatsu within half the fight's duration, and then proceed to cry about how they had no Ryatsu and the speed does no damage. And these guys will usually spam the fuck out of Strata Strike and Ghost Cleave, and if Strata Strike doesn't hit, they're like a goldfish out of water. they will not know what to do, and they will get comboed for 40% of their health because their one move that they always abused did not work. And they also tend to Spectre Step and then immediately try to Fast Fang. So if you know that timing, you can always just beat their ass because these guys are predictable as all hell. And now we're going to talk about Keto players. All Keto players are genuinely pieces of crap. And that is not my opinion, but everyone else's. Everyone who plays Keto, be it Quincy, Arankar, or Soul Reaper, is a piece of ration, as the community says. Because every single one of them will simply do one of two things. Either they will go Quincy Keto with 50 in Keto and some into speed, and simply run away from you in the entire fight, try to auto-aim you, regain their arrows, and spam moves until you die. And I know this because every single Quincy Keto player I've fought has tried the same thing, and when I've caught them, they've just stood and stared at me like a deer in headlights, tried to dash away, and the second I catch their dash with a Sonito break, they just stare at me even more confused on how I actually got close to them. And now let's talk about Soul Reaper Keto. The most brain dead fucking thing in the game, as stated by everyone who I actually know. The Soul Reaper Keto is known and stereotyped by its even more running in range style, where these guys will not even M1 you if you're not so much as true stunned from one of their two moves. That one move that puts yellow cards around you, that is fast as shit and fully stuns you, or that one red move that I don't think you can even avoid. So these guys will just simply spam that. They also love to spam. They also try to bait you in and hit you with a fire pillar. Don't fall for it. Pretend to go for it. And also never Spectre Step these guys. They'll wait for the last second, drop a flame pillar on you, and then proceed to use fucking Hado 99 and then just clamp your cheeks down. So yeah. And let's talk about Arankar Keto. Arankar Keto is always run by the same type of people. The people who either use Stark or the people who use Bone. And either or are pieces of fucking filth. Because all they will do is put down Hollow Bite, throw out Bone or Stark Wolf, and then proceed to wait for like a second as both of those moves converge on you, and now you're guard broken and just getting grabbed by the Sero Scourge, and then they will proceed to Bala Drive or use another skill box move, which then proceeds to throw you away and then Bala Drive you into the ground, doing half of your health as shoe damage. Because what are you gonna do against 3 pressure moves at the same time that if you don't guard, will apply guard break, because that's what Hollow Bite does, and if you do block, it will guard break you. Just saying. And now we're going to be talking about Kendo players are almost exclusively always Soul Reapers. And almost exclusively all the time, they also do not know what the fuck they're doing. They will look at you confused as fuck most of the time the second you hit them, and the second they miss Mortal Ties, or hit it, as a matter of fact, they will become mad aggressive and then immediately get their ass beat, unless they're a good Kendo player, in which case they will most likely beat your ass. Now, these players also will always try to flower passage into you and hit a fucking zigzag like a fucking snake around you to try to hit you, even though you just literally moved backwards and now they're looking mad goofy drawing circles on the ground. And it's either just them not knowing what the fuck to do with their kid, trying to replicate what they've seen good Kendo players do, and these guys will almost exclusively run Longsword every single time. They will run Longsword, Shadow, Confusion, Ice, and Theater, and nothing more. You will never see another one because of the lightning and wind nerfs. Those are the 4 Shikais you will always see them with. And they will always spam counters, and then if you dare complain that the counters are instant and have absolutely no ability to be punished at all, what they will then proceed to say is that, get good, scrub, you're just bad. Even though they just countered a fucking Sero from the other side of the map with pressure shift. Because apparently shifting the pressure of a fucking blast from outer space is possible. Dante. And that's about it for today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Once again, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and let me know your thoughts on this topic. As I said, this is all good fun. This is just stereotypes after all. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Join my Discord.